What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. The headlines are in, the rate cuts are in. Markets up and down, mixed all over. S&P 500, Nasdaq slips after Fed cuts rates amid shaky labor market. We're going to talk about all of it, what stocks were hit, what stocks went up, what I'm doing and how I'm positioning myself. And today, most portfolios were down, including mine as well. We were down 0.82%, but at the end of the day, we still had profit. How? Well, we'll talk about that and what we did specifically as we get on in the video. But to start us off, yes, the Fed cut rates by a quarter point, bringing them down to the 4.0 to 4.25% range. So that was widely expected. There was a 90% chance of that happening, and the vote was nearly unanimous. I think it was about 11 to 1 or so. And the Fed also hinted at maybe two more cuts being on the way before the end of the year. So that's great news and a lot of things to watch for, but the market is very choppy, and the Dow managed to stay green though, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq pretty much tanked. And investors were basically trying to figure out that if the cut is a one and done type of situation or the start of a bigger easing cycle. So there's a lot to discuss here, but before we do, we will touch on what we did when the news came in. The market went down and I saw a perfect setup. And I brought this out and I called this out to the Discord, got in on about 3 contracts right here, and we ended up taking a gain of $4,550 on the day. And I mentioned to the Discord, lesson of the day, this is why it's so important to have multiple tools in your arsenal. When one area pulls back, you can pivot into another and still find opportunities. The flexibility is exactly what we build here together, guys. So congrats to everybody who followed that trade, everybody who went on and took that W with us in the Discord. Links in the description down below. So as we move on today, lots of news going on. Workday, in other news, jumped after activist investor Elliott Investments Group revealed a multi-billion-dollar stake in the company. So they were up 7.25% on the day. Great news for Workday investors. So congrats to everybody who owns Workday. You guys deserve it. And on other news, Lyft was actually up, and this is kind of bad news for me particularly because, well, I'll tell you just in a moment, but great news for Lyft. It popped on news that its partnership with Waymo, as we know Waymo's owned by Google, is actually expanding. And unfortunately, as a result, Uber is kind of like the reverse Lyft sometimes, in viewed as in the market. Obviously, Uber holds a lot more share, but this news is kind of competitive news for Uber. So we see that Uber was down pretty much 5% on the day, but you know, it's all short-term news. We see that even in after hours, Uber is up about a few basis points as well. So we'll see how that plays out. I still am up on my call options with Uber, so we'll see how that goes on. And then in other news, AI chip makers. Now, this was interesting news here for AI chip makers. Unfortunately, China has blocked the sale of U.S. company NVIDIA over there. So that hit NVIDIA pretty hard on the day. Nothing crazy, obviously, but they were down 2.62%, as you can see here, getting close to some of our levels that we called out. So that's nice to see those levels coming out. We'll have a few options once we get there, but tough news for AI chip makers as well. So as we see here, it hit stocks like Broadcom and Oracle and Palantir. You can go ahead and see Palantir's moving as well to the downside, but we were down about 1.13% on the day with Palantir. So interesting developments right there. And in other news as well, the rotation went into the Dow pretty much, as we saw earlier in the day, and after the rate cut especially. American Express up 2.74%, Walmart up 0.82%, Caterpillar up 2.27%, Salesforce 1.39%, and Procter and Gamble up 1.44%. So very interesting to see that cycle playing out. What are we going to be doing? What should we be looking for? And what opportunities are given to us now that we have these rate cut numbers in? Well, financials and small caps are peaking up a little bit since cheaper borrowing tends to help them, because especially when you're a small company, you're owing a lot typically, and now you owe less because of now it's just worth less because you're not expending much on borrowing because the interest rates are going down. So we still have to see that theme kind of play out though, but that's something to do. It's worth watching small caps right now, and financials. REITs and utilities are being watched on the rate cut plays as well. Utilities had run earlier this year because of the AI power demand, but as we can see, utilities might actually be a good buy the dip opportunity right now. As far as what I'm doing with my portfolio, I'm continuing to do what I always do, and buy the companies that are constantly performing and beating their earnings, growing in revenue, and are just giving exceptional results. So that's what I'm continuing to look for here. Still looking at SoFi. SoFi did hit a level that we saw coming, and it bounced back up. So nice recovery there. We'll see how it goes. The news should help it, but that's in the long term. We'll see what happens in the short term though. Lots of people are trading, and that's another lesson too to bring out. A lot of people were quite bearish on this rate cut. Some may have profited, but some may have not, because it was only down. The market was only down for a fraction of a moment. We're still kind of down, but if you weren't really taking those gains while they were happening, you more than likely are sitting on an option or so that is going to expire worthless. But that's why we mention a lot in the Discord, and good lessons too to take away, that really try not to be so hypey. Try not to be looking at things in the sense that you want to just take advantage of the news, unless you see a perfect setup like this one was today. We called this out perfectly today, and that's why it just pays to have, like we mentioned again, have a good arsenal ready, a good multiple tools set up in your arsenal. So great news there as well. We're also going to talk about some key things too. It's very nice to bring this out because the S&P 500 index, as we could see, is up year to date 13.54%, and the Nasdaq is up 16.29%. T-bills up 3%. While our public portfolio is up 55.45%. So we're beating all three of those combined. And that's just goes to show that consistency, hard work, showing up every day, and making sure that you have the right disciplines at play it really just shows that it really starts to pay off. On a 1 year basis, in fact, we're up 129%. Nasdaq is up 27%. S&P 500 19%. T-bills up 4%. So we're beating the heck out of the other major indexes. And on a 3-year basis as well, it continues. As you can see, Nasdaq up 97%, S&P 500 77%, and we're up 203%. And if we want to check out Max, which is here we're just going to say it for the last 5 years because it doesn't get everything from inception, but for the last 5 years we are up 730%, while the Nasdaq is up 160% and S&P 500 123%, which are very, very respectable rates to be up. That's great and wonderful if you're investing in the Nasdaq and S&P 500. We're just beating the heck out of it though. So that's the nice thing to bring up as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead, check the link in the description. If you want, by the way, if you want to learn from me on a one-on-one basis, you can go ahead and email me as well. If you don't like the current setup, in the link in the description, we can work some things out as well. But we're going to be rolling out some new options as well, but I won't sleep on that. That is exactly what helped me. Sometimes you just need one-on-one focused support for somebody to look at your portfolio, look at what you're doing, or just give you the information that you need, point you in the right direction so that you will be able to learn how to fish, not just be given to fish, because these are skills that once you learn them, you're never going to lose them, and they'll always stay with you no matter how bad the economy does or what jobs you lose. You will always know how to do this, and you always have a skill to be with you, a profitable skill nonetheless. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one.